Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming and this is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So today we're going to talk about the best dungeon that is to farm when it comes to the end game, and that is the Fire Knight. So because we just had a tournament popping out, I decided to make, a variation of the team that I'm actually using and showcase it and explain how it can actually work, and you can make this work for you and be 100% reliable since the advanced AI came out. Before, there was lots of variation in this team that could ruin it, they could make it worse, that if stuff doesn't fall at the right time, then you can actually have it fail. However, now with the it's been quite a few months since we had the advanced AI, but with having that, we can control the skills and what people do and when they do it in such a way so that we cannot fail this anymore. So the team that I'm going to showcase is, as close to, let's call it, free-to-play friendly as possible, because, it uses champions that you all can, like some champions that you can all get. Not all of them, obviously, because there's still champions you need to pull. But like the core champions that bring us the buffs and the debuffs are champions that you can farm. My normal team is this one. So I'm using Ghostborn, Renegade, Allure, Seer, and Helmet. Okay, there's variations of this one where you can use maybe instead of Helmet Royal Guard or some other stuff like that, but you need to have crazy damage in order to do those types of teams. And I have a team that's like a variation of this one that uses the same thing, just instead of Ghostborn I'm using Lydia, but the one that I posted is instead of Helmet I'm using Royal Guard. The problem with that team is you need to have some really good damage. So if you don't have good damage on those champions, there's a chance it takes you so much longer, even when everything falls properly, to kill the waves, that it's not good enough. And by having Helmet, it makes it so much easier because of the buffs that he brings. Helmet can be replaced, but obviously since Helmet is a champion you get from the Doom Tower, there's no point in replacing him, because if you're gonna have Lydia, you're gonna have Helmet as well. The whole principle around this is obviously we do the decreased defense in the weaken AoE, we put the buffs, and then Lydia Seer just one-shots the waves. So let me first show you a run how it goes in the background, and basically talk over it and see how it goes. So we have obviously Allure going as the fastest, then we have Lydia with dropping the buffs, and see, even if that happens, it's still fine. It still does not fail. Can still go and do it. I think actually, did I not use I think I might have used the wrong preset in this one, but it still works fine because we didn't use those. See, we didn't use the other debuffs on the first wave. Sorry, we didn't use the other buffs on the first wave. We managed to still kill it off, even though we had a we had a bad run where Lydia didn't land the decreased defense on that first person, so that one still survived. We passed the waves pretty fast, and then we come back here, and here it's all about the damage from the War Masters and the Giant Slayers, and obviously from Seer's Karma Bar whenever she does that. But the thing is, like, what people fail to realize sometimes for these types of teams is the best damage that you're doing when you're just at the boss is from War Masters. Because if you have everybody here, like if I didn't have War Master or Giant Slayers on anybody here, this run would go like to 5 minutes maybe. I noticed one thing while I was testing, while I was improving and building my own main team, that every other champion that I added with War Master or Giant Slayer dropped like 30 to 40 seconds from the run. Like first time I built a team with Ghostborn, it was like 3 minutes, something like 3 minutes and a half. Then I did one War Master, went down to 3 minutes. Then I did another War Master. I keep going down because obviously you do more and more damage and kill the boss fast. So basically we had, look at this, 1 minute and 31 seconds on the run that didn't go properly. Let's try and run it again and see if we have luck on the waves. And maybe, actually let me see, did I use the right preset one? No, it's the one down. So I forgot that this is the one that I was testing a while back, but the actual one is the one that I just made here. So let me just show you the presets. Then I'm gonna run it again, and then I'm gonna show you a recording that I did where I showed where Lydia doesn't land the weaken on one person or doesn't land on the decreased defense on one person, and it still works. The way you want to do it here is, instead of this, let me just fix it. It's opener and then do not use. So even if you have bad RNG and you don't kill it and she gets lots of extra turns on the A1, you just don't want it. We can even lock this. You start out with the Karma Bar. If you don't one-shot them, then if you come back with her, you just keep on doing the A1s, no problem. Second wave, you want to make sure you open with a A2 because you want to make sure that Renegade gets to the point where she can use a reset. So this is planning in case worst case scenario happens and to still keep this 100%. So you want to open with the A2 and then use Karma Burn. And on the third wave, same thing. Open with the A2 and then use Karma Burn because you want to keep the A1 for the Evil Eye and the boss at the end. Another thing that this can help is, like, you know, later on I might be doing some other testing where I will want to bring, try and put refresh accessories on my champion, see if I can lower the time even more on the boss. And by doing that, I need every single skill to fall in place at the right time. For Lydia, I just have her, on the first wave she does the A2, on the third wave I lock the A3. I want to keep the A3 for when we get to the boss, because this one's a double hitter that can help on the, you know, on the boss part. And then this one I open with the A3 because it's a double hit that goes on the shield, and then I lock it, not use it anymore because it's slower animations. The reason why Ghostbone is so much better than Lydia is, one, because he has unresistible decreased defense, so he's never gonna fail, and two, animations. Ghostbone's animations are better, but not everybody has him, so that's why I'm using Lydia the Death Siren in this one. When it comes to Archmage Helmut, on the first wave, do nothing, he does his own stuff. On the second wave, I lock out his A2 because, again, it's longer animations. He hits one, then he hits the other ones to slow them down or stun them. But if you need this in order to go, use it. For me, I do not need it. I just lock it out and just let Helmut use the A3 and A1. And then on the boss part, I lock out the A3 because this one, even though it gives us more crit rate and crit damage, it's slow animations, and from my testing, I noticed that it's actually worse. It's worse to have it on than it doesn't really help us, so that's why I turn it off. For Allure, I let her do whatever she wants on the first two waves, but then on the boss part, I lock the A2 and the A3. You only want her to do the triple hitter and the turn meter control on the A1. And then Renegade, in order to do, again, best case scenario, you do not want her to use the A2 on either of the ways. You want to make sure you keep that A2 for the boss part, because this is a triple hitter that will go on the shield. So the way that I had it is, like, in case it doesn't so in case this something happens and she gets a turn too fast, so she will always go after the waves go. Guess what's gonna happen? She's gonna do the A1 first. If she comes again and does the A3, it's not a problem because everybody else's skills will be ready for the second wave. So just make sure lock A2, open with the A1 in case she gets a turn and, you know, the decreased defense doesn't land, then move along. Second wave, again, locks the A2 and make sure prioritize the A3. If she didn't use it before, just make sure she uses it. And then on the boss part, usually I prioritize the A2 because this one can actually smack, and it's a triple hitter, and, you know, it brings good damage. But let's try and run it again and see if we get a good RNG on the waves or not, and see how fast we can actually pass the waves, because, you know, this is, even though we have some slow animations, again, we don't land weaken there, but we still one shot. That was the first wave. See, 8 seconds past the first one, then everybody does their things, boom, reset, and we go again. So we have a decent amount of damage also going in there, and we still, boom, 18 seconds, 19 seconds, 20 seconds, we're at the boss. After 20 seconds, we're at the boss. So now it all comes down, as I mentioned previously, to how fast can we kill the boss, how much damage can we do there. What's the best way to do damage? Obviously, I have decreased defense and weaken, which Lydia brings, and then War Masters and Giant Slayers. See all those red numbers in the background? Those are all the War Masters and Giant Slayers. See, 56,000, all of that. So this is now all relying on how fast can we kill it, how lucky you are with proccing it. But honestly, as an average, if everything falls fine on the waves, this one shouldn't go more than 1 minute and 30 seconds, which is pretty huge for a Fight Night 25, which is the toughest dungeon in the game, honestly. To get that time, you know, with these champions, it's pretty awesome. Like, I've even seen like 1 minute 10, 1 minute 20 with this team. So this is pretty beautiful. Like I said, the one that I'm using with Ghostbone is better because of animations, and that's why I do it slower. But this one's honestly pretty respectable. Like, I think as soon as we come back to her Karma Burn, it's like, that's it. It's over. 1 minute 21. Just get some more animations. Okay, I guess we didn't have it yet, but still, 1 minute 25. This is definitely a good time. I'm really happy with this. Let me just show you the builds, because obviously the builds are, you know, pretty decent in there. Lydia, honestly, I don't have her specialized for the sake of this. You can try and make her do more damage, give her some other crazy stuff. The way that I have her built, she's for my Hydra. She's in Guardian plus Perception. These are Lydia stats. I move myself out of the way a bit. So these are the Lydia stats. Then these are her masteries, obviously damage masteries, and, you know, I like to have rapid response, arcane celerity plus lasting gifts, and master hexer to extend the buffs and the debuffs and get turn meter whenever they expire. Then, yeah, let me get the other 4 people because they're in my vault. Then there's Seer. My Seer build is, you know, decently strong. She has 278 crit damage. I gave her some accuracy as well because it worked. You know, I could actually, what I could do to improve this is instead of having, you know, that much accuracy, I could try and change this accuracy one to be an attack one. You know, attack percent one with more crit rate and crit damage in there. So she would do more damage on the boss part. But she's basically just savage plus some random sets. These are her masteries. So because I have enough buffs, I can actually take her in War Master. Because I have enough buffs and I decrease defense and weaken, I can afford to take War Master. Otherwise, like if you feel like you cannot do that crazy damage, just take Flawless Execution to make it safe for you that you always one-shot the waves. Basically, if you always land all of your debuffs and you do not one-shot the waves with your Seer, that means that you either need more buffs or you need the Flawless Execution or more crit damage on your Seer. Then Helmut I have in an immunity set because I want that extra buff for Seer to rip off, so that's why I have him in immunity. These are his stats. He's basically just like 240 speed, so he has the speed to go faster than before Seer, plus everything else is like, you know, damage. I don't even need, honestly, for the build that I'm using, I don't even need accuracy on him. I'm just putting some accuracy on him in case I want to use him for Doom Tower or in case I use him in Faction Wars, you know, for his stance to land on the A2. And then these are the masteries, damage masteries, and then support tree. The thing that I could go here is at the end I could just take Spirit Haste and maybe Lasting Gifts for, like, you know, depending how stuff lands, it could be helpful. But since I'm not using it at the at the boss spot, since I'm not using Helmut's A3, I do not really care about the Lasting Gifts. So that's all it is. Then allure I like to have 288 speed. Usually allures I like to have 280 plus speed, otherwise it's a bit risky. I could lower the crit rate, but the way that I built mine, if you notice, with 391 accuracy as well, I built my allure so that I can use her in the same build in Fire Knight, in the Scarab, and if I use her in the Scarab, but I don't. But you know, in this build, you can use her for everything. Fire Knight, Scarab, and Dark Fate. So that's why she has more, and that's why she has 100% crit rate. Because she's strong affinity, on stage 25, you can build her with 85% crit rate and maybe just pump out more damage on her. She's just Cruel Perception and, you know, some random pieces in there. Then these are the masteries, like I mentioned. The Giant Slayer is the most important one because you want those Giant Slayers to do as much damage as you can possibly do. And then Renegade is in a shield set that, you know, you need that shield set to have that extra 5 buffs on everybody for Seer again to rip off. And I actually built her in a damage build as well, with some decent accuracy for a chance for her to land the decreased speed on the boss part, because it can, you know, it can be safer. It makes it more reliable if she lands that decreased speed on the A2, you know. And these are the masteries, again, damage masteries and Cycle of Magic for a chance to, you know, reset the cooldown and come back to that skill. One thing that I forgot to mention, but I want to show you just quickly if you look at it, is the Evil Eye Mastery. Evil Eye Mastery, you want to have it on every single person, because when you get to the boss part, everybody apart from Allure uses every other skill but their A1s, and when they start doing their A1s, which are the ones that proc the Evil Eye and reduce the turn meter, the shield is down, so this one pushes back the boss's turn meter and makes it safe for you that the boss does not take a turn. So if you have a look, Renegade has Evil Eye, Lady has Evil Eye, Seer has Evil Eye, Helmut has Evil Eye, even Allure has Evil Eye, even though it doesn't help for her on the Fire Knight. But Evil Eye is extremely important to have on all of your champions to make it, you know, to make it reliable. But yeah, let's now play a quick clip at the end to show you how it actually looked when the weekend doesn't land. Let me see. It's this one. Come on. Okay, it started. So let's have a look. So as we go in, boom, decrease defense. Boom, if you look at this, look, we didn't land the weekend there at the back. We still one-shot it. So even if we don't land the weekend, we still one-shot it. On the second wave, it's never a problem because we have enough damage that goes out from everyone that we're gonna definitely one-shot it even if we do not land the decreased defense somewhere. So we're still fine. And then let's check the second one where, okay, then this one is where we do not land the decreased defense on someone, and check this out, it's still gonna pass, it just takes a little bit longer. So here, look at this, we have this Gnarhorn where we didn't land the decreased defense, but still, boom, we don't one-shot it, but guess what, A1s, A3, doesn't matter, A1 again, and it's dead. See, so even if it's, like now that I locked in my presets as I showed, I locked the A2 from Seer, she can just come in A1. And the same thing with Helmut, A1, A2 doesn't matter. We can just keep A1ing the one that survives to death. So even, like I said, even if we fail to kill one of these one of the champions on the first or the second wave, we can still finish it off and still have all of our skills thanks to advanced AI, and make sure we make this 100% run. Like, the only small percentage that we can have to lose is like if Allure gets 2 times in a row fully resisted on the Terminator reductions on the clan boss. Otherwise this will never fail, because look at this, as soon as we get the boss and take the shield down, this is how it looks. So we took the shield down, evil eye, and look where the Terminator is, and more evil eye. So this boss is never gonna get the Terminator. We also have the increased speed, we also have the decreased speed from Renegade, so it's never gonna fail unless you have the worst RNG in the world. Like, maybe, I don't know, it fails maybe one every 1,000 runs or something like that, because, like, you know, look at that Terminator. Like, this is impossible to fail. So that's why I call this run 100% successful, because it actually is. And because you kill it so fast, you don't get the chance to get better on GF Terminator resisted. Like, come on, that Terminator is just at 0. It barely gets a chance to even breathe. So yeah. But yeah, guys, this is gonna be it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this is helpful to you, because, like I said, I know it's similar to the other videos and the other teams that I'm using, but so many people asked and want to see specifically this one. And for this type of team, because Lydia does certain skills and there's some RNG that can be in here, I necessarily wanted to show the AI, the AI preset that you put in there to make this team to be 100% reliable. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye.